Hello traders, Nick Shaheen looking at XPEV, Xpeng, electric vehicle maker. I'm going to comment more on the technicals than the fundamentals. I know the big picture, and as far as EVs are concerned, first, the whole market, it's a good challenger to the internal combustion engine finally. They've been around for a long time, but Toyota opened the door with the hybrid market. They created it using the Prius. They lost money to launch it, and then Tesla struggled to take that baton and take it one step further to go full EV and made it cool. And here we are. Everybody else is chasing the trend of going away from internal combustion engine. My gut is that we're going to end up with a hybrid version of something. It's not going to be completely EV. That's my opinion. But for now, I accept the EV challenge totally. So, and in the process, we can't talk about EVs without talking about Tesla. It is leading the charge, and it's a legit car maker now. I know it's got more than cars, but they don't even need that story anymore because they actually produce what is it now? 2 billion, 6 billion in cash flow from operations, 6 billion. So this is better than Ford. It just what was it last year? Maybe 18 months ago, they called it dead and out of business when they had I think $980 million due or something. That's around the 420 era. Um, I'm not a super fan. I was a critic, and then finally I saw the light when they actually showed me numbers, and I changed my opinion. So it's not like I've been worshiping at the Tesla altar forever. What you can't argue with increasing revenues like this, increasing margins, the orange line, decreasing debt levels, increasing assets, increasing operating cash flow. That's just tremendous growth. And then the statistics here, eh, who looks at the PE of a growing company? Somebody that's making a mistake. I don't care that it's 1100. It could be losing money. I don't care. This one is somewhat concerning. 26 price to sales. For absolute comparisons, throw it against Amazon, which is 4-ish last time I checked. Apple 7-ish. This deserves a higher than Apple because it grows faster than Apple, but it does not grow faster than Amazon. Over the span of 10 years, Amazon's growing 20 to 30%, actually 30 to 35% a year. So it is a good comparison. But for now, it's not a detriment. So Tesla is healthy. Nio is healthy, very similar to these. So Nio is a smaller version of Tesla. XPEV is my third pick after these two. So back to the topic at hand. Is this an opportunity? I don't like technically when a stock starts falling with lower highs. I do like it when they make a floor, and they are trying to. This was an overshoot because this one made better progress, and here we are, testing it again. So the ideal situation is they don't make a lower low. Similar situation to Nio, almost exactly the same thing. I went long Nio on this dip. I went long Nio on this dip, and I just went long Nio on this dip. So I could do the same with XPEV. And in fact, this would make a good swing trade for the summer. My only concern is the overall market. It's too far gone, and I'm not the one that said we've come too far too fast. But statistically, you can't build a nice house on a stick with a hole in it. So, and we are at the upper ends of the range. So it's okay to give back to here, and that would be like what, 2-3%? And I'm sure the markets will freak out. CNBC will have a special segment. Markets in turmoil. This is the end of the bull market. And if you listen to them, you will lose money. So make your own opinions. What I'm saying is, I would take a strong conviction position if it weren't for the overall market, because regardless of how good the story is here, it has to trade within the whole market. And if the whole market takes a breather, and I'm not calling for a full-blown correction because we have five, maybe more $1 trillion of money floating in the US, that's just insane amount of money to fight. You can't fight the bull when they have $5 trillion being spent on their behalf. So this scenario, if it loses this, is too grim to be realistic. So that's like the stupid way of saying things. Um, if you eliminate the improbability, then the opposite is going to most likely be correct. So if it loses this, the mathematical target would be like down here, and that's an improbable scenario for me in this case, because it's growing too fast. It's got too much going for it, my opinion. So let's look at the quarterly basis. 50, 80, 290, 430. Now the run rate is almost $1 billion. That's just too much potential to throw away. And the price to sales is somewhat around Tesla, so it's not that concerning given the growth rate it's delivering. So if you eliminate the improbable, then we're close to a quote bottom. So I don't go all in just in case because of the whole market. But if I wanted to get long, it's not that crazy. Some people buy shares, which is great because then time is not a factor. I wouldn't take all in, go all in. Some people buy calls. I wouldn't use May. I would go way longer, so I don't have to sweat every tick. And going debit call spreads also works. Yeah, it limits the upside, but hey, I'm not going to be upset if I double or triple my money, and that's doable with a $10 wide spread that costs about between $2 and $3. Selling puts or put spreads for people who know what they're doing there is also a great idea because then I can do it and leave room for error. So plenty to do with this company. The one thing I don't do is I don't short it when it's falling into support. It just doesn't make sense. I don't short it approaching or breaking out. Actually, approaching, somebody could short it with a tight stop, but that would be crazy. I wouldn't do that. I would wait for the breakout and chase it. So if I don't want to do anything now, I don't have to do anything. I just wait to confirm that indeed it's going to hold this bottom, or get long and stop out right here. And if not right here, definitely below here. Or wait to see how it handles the resistance into 37, because it's going to face sellers into 37, more into 39, but above 39.2, she gone. So that would be the technical trade on this guy. Cars, I don't know. I told you it's going to be more technical. I know the big picture as to do they have self-driving, whatever. I'm pretty sure I'm going to get schooled in the notes down below. But these are my thoughts. I'm not recommending anybody trade it one way or another, but what I would do with it. So I'm already committed to Nio, so I'm not going to add on this one. But if I had the choice, I could have chosen this one just as easily.